no! dad in Lowe's feels just like being a kid again. This Father's Day, find prices to treat him to the gifts he craves. Like $60 savings on your choice of a DeWalt 20-volt max brushless drill or impact driver kit. Was $159, now $99. Or an Ego 615 CFM blower, everyday low price $199. There's nothing sweeter than Father's Day at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, about 6/9 through 6/15.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85%.
Once again, new series for us here, the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It's Rocky Game 150 brought to you by Jinx Shifters. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here, Signature Esports.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Championship Weekend here in Midwest Days of Thunder. We kicked the week off with our Xfinity series here. We got 4 drivers left fighting it out for the championship. We got Baby Hendricks in the 81 machine, guy who's been tearing it up all season long. 9 wins this season. You got Grosso, the guy that came so close so many times, has finished in the top 5, top 3 plenty times this season. No shocker, he's here. And Eric Warman, another really consistent guy, has that long run speed. Kind of fell short run speed. When it comes to long run, Eric can pull it off and he can sneak into a top 3. Then you got the 73 Tim Harmon, the underdog of the 4, if you ask me. The guy who snuck his way in here. And he's going to try to come steal one here tonight. We got 130 laps of scheduled racing here, and I do determine the winner It's a little bit bright out right now. The game time is 4:30, so here in we might go dark by the end of the race. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at our track settings for the night. See what the guys are fighting with. Good look at our race info. Very, very hot. Track temp 105 degrees to make this race really tricky. 82 degrees out there for the weather. Should cool off as the race progresses. Qualifying is starting to wrap up here as we get we have a couple more guys out there qualifying. Looks like Rob Nickel might still be out there qualifying. Well, while we got qualifying going, let's see if we can't bring up Tim Harmon. Hey, what's going on, Tim? I think in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey man, I brought you up here, and this is no me being a jackwagging you or anything. Kind of consider you the underdog coming into this championship race. If you ask me, you're the most improved driver on the season. What's going through your head here as we start this race here tonight?
Just not to wall down going into turn one. That'd be a good start.
And I take it turn one's a very tight entrance.
Yeah, well, I like running the walls, so if you misjudge it just a little bit, you're gonna knock it down.
Now, I haven't put no laps out there tonight, and looking at the track temp, pretty hot track temp. Where might we see the most problems out on track by people getting loose or tight by themselves?
Mostly just coming out of 2 and 4. Mostly 2. 2's the worst.
Gotcha, man. Well, good luck here tonight, and try to go sneak that championship.
I appreciate it.
So it looks like we currently have, about 16, 15 drivers scheduled to race here tonight, give or take a few. It says Apex Legends. Thank you. I need to forgot to change something. The wife coming in clutch. Qualifying gets ready to wrap up. Go over our starting grid here tonight. The final time we'll go over the starting grid for this season, as the top 4 drivers will qualify in the top 5. There we go. There's our starting grid. Starting off in that pole position. Once again, bonus points do not matter here tonight. So just because Josh got that pole and that bonus point isn't going to mean a thing. It's like you have to beat out the other 3 drivers. You have to finish the best out of the 4 playoff drivers. So Josh Grosso, Davey Hendricks lead us to green here on that front row, followed by Francisco Villarreal and Eric Warman, row 2. Row 3 of Tim Harmon and Rob Nickel. Going on to row 4, you have Michael Griffin and Justin Barkley. Row 5, you got Mike Simone and Thomas Stanley. Row 6, you got Alan Coons and Greg Klein. Row 7, you have Ethan Flanagan and Stephen Davis. And then row 8, you'll have Derek Schimmel and Angel Hernandez. Interesting thing here is Alan, Ethan, and Angel are Cup playoff drivers going into their championship 4. So they're out here just getting some practice, more than likely, for their race coming up Friday. The 4th driver for that is going to be Tony Frey, who is not racing. But that will be Friday's race. We're still on Monday. As Nance, let's get this party started. I'm pretty sure Nance has himself a race coming up for a championship Thursday night. Just real quick, your 4 on Thursday are going to be Banks, 4J, Jordan, and Nance will be your 4 fighting for the championship out there. That would be interesting. I can't pick one out of the four. That's an underdog or something like that. They are so evenly matched. I don't know who to pick. Grosso will lead us to green. Outside him, Davey Hendricks. And I guess we're gonna find out real quick what the preferred line is as the green flag waves, and we're out racing 130 laps to decide our championship here in the Midwest 800 Series. Early on, Grosso getting a great jump there. Hendricks, I mean, if I know Homestead, Hendricks should get a pretty decent run here, corner exit on that high side, and he will. Looks underneath Francisco here to take over that second spot already early on here on the first lap. Looking down low going into turn 3. They are already loose as all can be. I remember talking to Davey, and he said short run speed, his 23 is the one guy he's going to have to really look out for, because Grosso has that short run speed, but Davey long run speed, he feels pretty confident that he can get it done here in that long run. Just that short run speed, if you have a late race caution or here early on, try not to let him get too far out in front of him. Give me a second, let me turn down the volume on these cars real quick. There we go. Grosso already leading it out early on as the Cup drivers are starting to make their way up through the field. I can't quite remember what the pit window is here. I guess we'll find out early on how much they're going to split the stage in, whether it can be in 3s or in 4s. There are a lot that have been all Grosso and Hendricks leading the field. You know, Warman and Harmon behind them, not too far back. You see Rob Nichols getting a little bit loose coming out of turn 3 there. Keeps it going straight though. Still a long race, and a lot of guys are preserving their cars. You heard Tim Harmon saying the goal for him is not to bang the wall. Go ahead and take a ride around with the 73 Tim Harmon for a little bit, and yeah, he's getting really loose off of 2 there. While we were on board with the 73, the 81 starting to look down low on the 23 of Gross. They're trying to get that lead taken over. The one thing that kind of shocks me is I would predict coming into Homestead, you want that top line. I've always liked the top line at Homestead. I feel like you can save your tires up there better. You're not turning in as hard. You can get a better runoff, but it seems like everyone here has chosen to kind of stick to that low side as Gross is about to lose another spot to the 24, Francisco Villarreal. Go check back in on the 73 Tim Harmon as we got some big movers coming up through the field. Ethan Flanagan already jumping up 5 spots to move himself into P8 at the moment, right behind his teammate Rob Nichols. We took a lap around with Number 7. Let's go and take a couple laps around here with the 81 of Davey Hendricks and see how his car is handling. I meant the 73. Davey Hendricks is starting to pull away from the 23 and the 24. So we'll go ahead and take a look at some lap time history between the 23 and the 81. See, ever so slightly, Davey Hendricks is anywhere from 0.2 to a half a tenth quicker. And Grosso that time by about a half a tenth quicker than Grosso. And this is what Davey was talking about. Davey knows he is really strong on the long runs. And he knows Grosso is just so strong on the short runs. Davey was saying he doesn't hope it doesn't come down to a really late race caution to have a really short green flag run. But Grosso is just so quick on green flag runs. And the interesting thing about Grosso too is that 24 is actually one of his buddies. So I mean, if it comes down to a late race caution, I can see that 24 working with the 23 here. I mean, at this point in the season, the last race of the season, your enemies and your friends are where you find them. If you're out there and you got someone that's a buddy of yours who's not in a championship race, you can guarantee they're going to help you out later on in the race if it comes down to that. And all this battling up front, or not battling, all this non-battling up front, a lot of these guys are driving away from the 113 and the 73, who is in jeopardy of getting passed by the 9 of Justin Barkley. The 9 finally makes his way around that 73 machine. It looks like Harmon might have tagged a wall in his right rear. See if we can't get a better look at that. You see there in the back, there it is, some right rear damage. Fortunately for him, I don't think it's going to cause too much aero damage. I think for the most part, it's all going to be cosmetic, maybe a small amount of aero. But nothing that's going to ruin his race here early on. But definitely something to keep an eye out on if he's already banged that wall once or twice. Back up here to lead, it is all the 81 Davey Hendricks, a 1 second lead over the 23 of Josh Grosso. Grosso and Francisco are battling it out. For that second spot, Francisco was supposed to be one of the final 4 coming into tonight. Missed last week's race at Phoenix, so he lost his spot in the final 4. Pretty sure he'd been able to point his way in, but I think if there only being 2 races in a round, I think he still would have not been able to make it. Well, Gross is still able to keep ahead of the 24 as the 73 Tim Harmon starting to fall back a little bit more. As here in a couple laps, like he's about to be in the clutches of the 35 of Ethan Flanagan, as Ethan works his way around his team at the idiot Rob Nicole and Greg Klein's in tow. Ray Klein and the 80 of Rob Nickel goes battle side by side here. That is for the battle for 8th position. We go ahead and take a quick rundown here real quick of, I could have sworn this first one was spin out. Might be wrong here. Quick rundown of our championship drivers here tonight. Got Davey Hendricks leading the field, took over the lead around lap 11, has checked out ever since. A 2-second lead over the next playoff driver, the 23 of Josh Grosso, who's had a really outstanding season. Not sure if he's won this season. I believe he has. And he has finished in the top 5 many, many times. Came up a couple of positions short quite a bit, and he's going to try to wrap up a good season here with the championship. He's going to chase down the 81 of Davey Hendricks. Next car in line for the championship is that 113 Eric Warman, who's slowly but surely been chasing down this 23 machine. That's one thing I'll talk about pre-races. Eric Warman has shown a really good long run speed. He's showing it here as he is catching that 23 machine, but he's going to have to catch that 81 as well. And then to round out your final 4, you got the 73 Tim Harmon, really struggling right now on these older tires. He really needs a pit stop right here. Get some 4 fresh stickers put on to help him out. Going back to Eric Warman, he's starting to chase down Francisco, and it was Thomas Stanley has some issues. So take a look what happened here with Mr. Thomas real quick. What in the world happened there? Oh, he got loose coming off of 2, and couldn't save it. Got loose right there. Tried to get it going again, and it just broke left on him into the wall, and that's going to end Thomas's race. Luckily, no caution is going to come out. He stayed off track. Back to the battle of talking about. He has chased him down. He's now working on the 23. Almost contact there between the 113 and the 23. Looking to the inside as Grosso got a little loose off of turn 4. Side by side they go, leaning on each other. Grosso getting a little bit sideways, rolling through center of the turn. Eric Warman's going to take over that 3rd spot. Now he's going to try to chase down a 24, Francisco Villarreal. Looks like Rob Nichols came to pit lane for a scheduled stop. Oh, maybe not. That's some hard right side damage around the 88 machine. Ethan Flanagan's working his way in the 73. Tim Harmon out of the battle for 6th place. I just watched Grosso, and Grosso's getting really loose off of 4 right now. I've been about the 3rd or 4th lap in a row. He's kind of had his car coming off of 4. Go ahead and take him some ride along laps around with the 23 of Josh Grosso. I don't know if loose is the word you can use for the 23 machine right now. But he is stalling that wheel back and forth. Even rolling through the corners, that's something you do not want to do. He's just sawing that wheel. Cannot get no traction whatsoever. Almost in the outside wall there. Well, Josh Grosso definitely wants some thicker tires. As we go back to the TV camera, he has that 9 of Justin Barkley to his outside. Let's go back into this 113 and 24 and see what kind of ground Eric has been making up, if any, on him. Looks like Francisco might have gotten to the wall. Thomas Stanley back out on track after smacking into the wall. Meantime, Davies is starting to really drive away from the field. You see Francisco, all but one lap, has been slower than my Davey by at least half a tenth. Barkley's made his way into the top 4. Probably going around that 23 machine. Man, Grosso's really loose. That car just kick around on him my corner exit. No one has came down pit lane yet. We're coming up on lap 30. I mean, even if you guys can make it 40 laps, I don't know. I think Thomas coming back down the pit lane. We look at Mike Simone running a neat little checkers or Rankers paint scheme. We kind of sitting there pretty quiet just outside of the top 10 in 11th place for the time being. Stephen Davis in 10th place behind a bunch of cars. Ethan Fanning leading the charge with this group of 5 cars right here. Oh, I think Tim Harmon's gotten to the wall pretty hard there. He's still up into the wall. Lucky for the 73, not too much damage on that right side. I mean, he hit the wall, but I don't think he hit it a ton to cause a lot of damage there. I tell you what, with how loose that 23 is, if he don't get a pit stop or caution soon, he's going to be in a world of hurt as Ethan Flanagan is leading that charge of 5 drivers all within about a 2-second gap. And he starts falling back in their clutches, and it's gonna be trouble for that 23. Josh is entering pit lane. Oh, he's gonna lose it. No, collects it. Stays out of the wall. Lucky for him, I don't think it's gonna give him a penalty either. I think he got slowed down in time. So Gross is the first one into pit lane out of the lead lap cars. See if Davey follows suit or if he stays out a bit longer. Davey choosing to stay out as well as everybody else. But Grosso needed the pit there. He was absolutely gone. I think Grosso's going to come back out and change his strategy up here a little bit. Maybe change his racing line. We'll see what Grosso does. Maybe see if Grosso does anything different here and try to find some long runs because he needs it right now. Luckily for him, ooh, Harmon getting really tight, rolling through the center of that turn. Almost got up into the wall. And keep it going. I see someone coming down pit lane. Davis in pit lane. Warman in pit lane. Simone in pit lane. So Eric Warman coming to pit lane to get some fresh tires put on here. Looks like Ethan's coming in this time a little. Justin Barkley. Ethan's going to spin it out. Coming to pit lane. Hit the wall pretty good. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I guess he's just going to back into the pit box. Only Ethan. A 113 comes out at pit lane. Where does he come out in relation to the 23 Grosso? Grosso right on his tail. About 2 seconds behind him. Davey is still choosing to stay out. No, correction. Davey's coming in this time along with Francisco and Allen. It's going to complete pit cycle for the most part, I believe. So Davey's going to come out about 2 seconds ahead of the 113. Let's keep an eye on his 23. See if he's changed anything. If he's going to change anything this time by. Whatever he was doing last run did not help. Davey. Okay, never mind. I thought Davey's got a black flag until he gets in the pits. Pit cycle's complete and put Davey Hendricks back out in the lead. Eric Warman in second. Francisco in third and Josh Grosso in fourth. Francisco works his way around the 113 of Eric Warman. I'm a genius here, but I think dirty air is not where you want to be here at Homestead. Really, any mile-and-a-half track. Davey's still pulling away from the field at this point. First car a lap down to be the 69 of Michael Gerby. Ethan Flanagan with his troubles on pit lane. He's going to be in danger of going lap down here pretty soon. And he has a ton of right rear damage. But we knew coming in tonight, Davey was going to be the man to beat. He was going to be the one that everyone had to try to figure something out to beat him. And so far, he has shown you why he has won 9 races this season thus far. And also, Davey's also the most winningest driver in Mdot so far. Let's go ahead and, I don't think we rode along with the 113. Let's ride along with the 113, and I'll be right back. We are back with Davey, of course, still leading the way. Still green flag racing here. This race isn't even halfway done yet. We still got about 30 laps to the halfway point. How about 20 laps to halfway? This 23 is definitely going to be one to keep an eye out on, because I don't think anyone wore out their tires more than he did. He pushed those suckers to the limit, so he might be making some really big adjustments on the line he was running and how he was turning into the corners. Oh, 113 getting a little loose there, coming off of turn 2 or turn 4. Grosso has been hunting down that 113. Eric Warren was probably the second fastest guy on the long run speed last time before we came to the pits. But this time it's looking like Grosso might have figured something out here, as he is caught up to that 113, getting ready to pass him. Rowdy B Gaming with the subscribe on Twitch. Thank you so much, buddy. Hey, girl, what's up? But anyways, while we got this very long green flag run going on here, let's go ahead and talk through the races coming up this week for Mdot. Of course, we are live here with our Xfinity Series Championship race. But Thursday night, we will have our championship race for our ARCA Series drivers. I believe it's season 7. They're going to be racing 75 laps Thursday night at Homestead in the late afternoon, about the same time frame these guys are doing it. You're going to have Joshua Banks, the guy, Joshua Banks, the man who seems like he just can't not get a podium. He's gotten podiums all season long. Followed by Alex Fortier, another guy that just seems to win constantly in the Truck Series and ARCA Series. Both of guys with 3 wins on the postseason alone. Kevin Jordan, who worked his butt off to get into the championship had a really great race at Phoenix. And then Jonathan Nance, who no wins this postseason yet, but he has definitely been a name up front all season long. So those 4 should definitely put on a show. Those 4 have been riding up front together all season long. Then, after that, we got our Friday night race for the Cup Series. racing here at Homestead. And their race will be 175 laps, and I believe their race is at night. The caution's gonna come out on track. Looked like Michael Gervey had some issues, possibly. Indeed, it was Michael Gervey. So go back and watch, see what happened there. It gets into the wall going into the turn. And it just broke free on him. No one else involved in the incident. Kind of shocked the caution came out there. But it did. This is going to group everyone up. Just short of halfway here. Anyways, back to the cup race. So what's going to make that cup race interesting is, if you ask me, the first 160 laps, they don't matter. The only thing you're in charge of doing the first 160 laps, stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble and really to stay in the top, I would say top 7. Top 6 is top 7. There's no need to push the issue, because it's going to come down to a 15-lap shootout. In all reality, more than likely a 12 or 11 lap shootout after the caution flag flies and pit cycles are complete, because stage 2 ends at 160. So we're going to have about a 12 to 11 lap shootout to determine the championship for the Cup Series. And those 4 drivers to keep your eye out on, they are Angel Hernandez, Ethan Flanagan, Anthony Frayne, Alan Kuhns. Everyone but Anthony. Anthony's the only driver returning to the championship for this season from last season. He is the only guy to repeat it 2 seasons in a row, and he fell just short last season. He's definitely looking forward to bounce back from that, as Angel and Ethan have been battling out all season long. And Alan, just like Kevin Jordan and Tim Harmon, improved a ton this season, and he snuck his way in there and had the chance to steal it with it only being a 12-lap shootout at the end. Definitely tune in for those races. The pit stop cycle's complete. Francisco beating Davey off of pit road, and I think this is going to be the time where these drivers, if they have damage, are going to be getting it fixed. Got a couple laps under caution left. Let's actually go ahead and pull in one of our Cup championship drivers. He's in the Discord right now. Let's talk to him real quick. I only know I'm doing Cups. I don't want to go to broadcast Script Drive. Hey, what's going on, Tony?
What's up?
Hey, man, brought you in here. I'm a big firm believer of broadcaster's curse, so I don't want to talk to any Xfinity championship drivers. So I pulled you in here, man, because out of the 4 Friday night going into that championship race, you're the only guy to be in it 2 years in a row, or 2 seasons in a row, I should say. If I remember correctly, I think you got involved in issues early on last season. So what's going to be your game plan going into the Friday night's race?
Stay clean and save it for that 10-lap shootout at the end.
I was just talking about that to where with the viewers, like, you don't even have to be the fastest guy or even push your car the first 160 laps. All that matters is you're in realistically the top 6 when that second stage ends, and to be there at the end.
Yeah,
so.
I would agree. Last season didn't work out so well. I got wrecked out at lap 12, but hopefully we can have a little better race this season.
Yeah, so speaking of that wreck, real quick, before we go by Green Flag Racing here, man. Let's ask what your game plan is. Are we going to see a different Anthony Frey kind of like chill out the first couple stages because stage points don't matter Friday night?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and stay top 5, top 6, and just kind of maintain there. And you know, I don't want to get too far back, get caught up in something, but I also don't want to push the car too hard and make a mistake myself. So I figure top 5, top 6, try to stay up there, and then that last shootout, we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Well, good luck Friday night.
Thank you.
So we get ready to go back to Green Racing. Francisco Davey, we front row. Barkley Davis, row 2. See a lot of the championships try to kind of spread out here. They were getting damage fixed underneath that caution flag.
Green.
Green flag's gonna fly. As Francisco gets a really good jump here. Davey knows he does not have to win the race. All he has to do is stay ahead of Grosso, Harmon, and Warman. We go back and watch this battle back here as they are bundled up like no other. Almost contact between 113 and the 88 right there. Man, that is just a wreck waiting to happen. They keep it Green Flag Racing. Grosso gets a really good entry going into turn 1. Or turn 3, I mean. Greg Klein goes up high, almost into the wall. Ethan Flanagan a little loose off the corner. Oh, Greg Klein nails the wall. Keeps it going. Veteran moved there to keep it up into the wall off of drivers. And Tim Harmon now working his way around the 85 with Stephen Davis. They are still bundled up back here. We got the 113 looking low on the 73. Greg Klein into the wall yet again. Greg Klein with the veteran instincts yet again to keep it off the driver. Alan McCune was way up the track. Warman finally got the pass between Harmon. Now Harmon looking for a crossover going into turn 3. Can't quite get the entry he wanted. The 113 of Warman still going to lead the way. As far as championship drivers go, the 81 Hendricks is leading the way for the championship 4. With Grosso right behind him. About a second off of Hendricks' speed. I think next caution flag will pull in a couple more Cup championship drivers. There it is. Dang it. Talk to them about their plan going into Friday night's race. Francisco, man, what a heartbreak that would be if he won this race, knowing that, man, had I just showed up last week, had I just been there, just all he had to do was log in, and I know stuff happens, which sucks. But man, that would have to be a heartbreak for him. I don't think he's returning to Xfinity racing. I think he's go focus on his road to pro career, which who can blame him? Well, if I was good enough to go pro, I would. But I'm thinking like about 20 years shy of that. Francisco's still leading the way. Davey Hendricks in second place, kind of comfortable back there, not really pushing it. And they got Eric Warman and Tim Harmon back here in 6th and 7th. Just trying to keep those cars clean as we are about to reach the halfway mark here in a couple laps. That's Grosso looking low on the number 9 of Barkley going into turn 1. He's going to get the pass complete. Barkley will try to look for a crossover and a runoff here off of turn 2. I was looking at Grosso's front end, and man, I don't know when he hit the wall, but he hit that thing a ton. Pretty sure the cockpit view, yeah, you can see the right front all crinkled up there. And he had extended pit stop, so I'm pretty sure all his damage he can have fixed is fixed. So he's going to have to deal with that big parachute he has on that right front. Back to the 113 to 73, still battling it out here for P6. Francisco leading the field currently with us here in lap 67 going to 68. Just recently passed the halfway mark about 3 laps ago. Still a lot of racing left here for these guys. One of the longer races of the season, if I can remember correctly. I think maybe only the Charlotte race we had was longer than this one. Yeah, so this is the second longest race of the season for these guys, and I mean, it should be. It's a championship race. It's going to test who can go through all the mental roadblocks throughout the race that's going to happen. You know, banging into the wall, getting loose, getting blocked by someone. But I think Gross has been slowly but surely catching that 81 machine. We'll take a look at some last lap times here by the 73 and... Or not, 23 and 81. Gross a little bit quicker that time by. This is interesting because Davies had long run speed. We went back green flag race around lap 55. It'll be interesting to see what happens to Grosso here. We're getting to that point to where his tires are starting to fall off. But here in a couple laps, we should see if Grosso made a change in his driving style or if his tires still make him really loose. One thing I'm noticing this run so far, compared to when the race started, is they're really grouped together after about a 15 lap run. By this point, when we started the race, everyone kind of single filed it out. Well, single file and spread it out a lot more.
motion. Yellow flag.
Now, caution's going to come out. Looks like Ethan Flanagan having issues here. Oh, it just broke free on him. It didn't hit nothing. They would come to a stop, but since he was on a racing line, they're going to throw their caution there and going to stack everyone up yet again and give it a chance for these guys to get their damage fixed. So Francisco leads this long pack of lead lap cars down here on pit lane. The 88 of Rob Nichols should be in his one of his 2 laps back. When we go back to Green Flag Racing, we're still going to have over 50 laps of racing left. Ooh, it's a close call between Grosso and Hendricks. I think Hendricks just barely got him there coming out of pit lane. Kind of shocked Grosso didn't stay longer. If he might not have damage. He has damage, but he might not have damage to be fixed, which would be shocking because that looks like this repairable damage just from my experience. So it's going to be Francisco Davey front row leading us here to the green flag, followed by Grosso, Davis, Warman, then Harmon. Top 4 guys still all within striking distance for that championship prize here. I'm not sure what they're going to get. Pretty sure Matt will craft them up a pretty little wood thing that he did because I guess he does woodwork or something like that. I don't know. Pace lights on the truck should turn off this time by. I think I should get lined up 2 by 2 by 2. We'll go back green flag racing with about 53 laps of racing to go. I know it's crazy saying 53 laps. It's definitely been a good one here tonight so far. Haystrokes going to pull off here out of 4. Francisco going to lead the field with green. Green flag racing. 53 to go here at Homestead, Miami for the Xfinity Series Championship. David got a pretty good restart there. Able to stick with Francisco. Look for the run here off of turn 2. Davey should be getting Josh Grosso, knowing the run to the gate, is going to follow in tow. Francisco going to throw a block here going down the backstretch. Davey right all over that bumper. The 24 machine. 23 going to try to look inside. Can't quite get there. Nose to tail they go. Ethan Flanagan all the way up into 5th position. Harmon falling back. Warming up into 4th. Just like that caution changes everything. 3 of the 4 championship drivers nose to tail going into turn 1. So nose to tail they go. Francisco's kind of starting to pull away a little bit here. Dirty airs everything. Tim Harmon looking down low on the 35 going into turn 4 or turn 3. He's stuck up on that high side. Harmon gonna try to get the pass complete here. Ethan's gonna have to run off. Harmon's gonna slide over, and just like that, all 4 drivers nose to tail. Going into turn 1 with 51 laps to go. Francisco still leading the way. Ethan looking to the inside of the 73. 73 gonna get the run off. Ethan gonna get loose. Gonna allow the 73 to really drive away here. No, 73 still not clear of the 35. Tim Harmon going all the way up the wall. You heard him say during the broadcast, he likes wall right into the 113. Gets really loose off a corner exit. 3 wide door contact between the 5 and 73. Tim Harmon saw the 3 wide happen. He's like, hey man, I still got 50 laps to race, and go, I'm not pushing it here. I mean, if you ask me, that 35, he would have gotten dumped right there. Non-playoff driver in there, putting me 3 wide. I ain't backing up for him. But hey, that's just me. Going back to battle for the lead, Hendricks is has caught up to Francisco with Grosso in tow at the bow. Continues behind him between the 35 and 73. They're still going at it. Warren getting past the inside by the 85 of Stephen Davis now. Harmon's going to have to stick behind the 35 here. Side by side, the 113, 85 go down the backstretch going into turn 3. The only thing between Harmon and that 23 of Grosso for them to be nose to tail yet again. '73 gonna look down low, driving aggressively into the corner. 113 just as aggressive, trying to get around the 35 machine. Can't quite get it done, and I know that 73 has to be getting frustrated at this point. He knows he's quicker. This is just such a hard track to pass on. We've seen it throughout the night here. But going back to the lead, Hendricks has started to fall back from the 24 of Francisco. In the meantime, the 23 of Joshua starting to kind of reel him in a little bit here. Still knows until they go. Now Barkley and Davis battling it out for P8. No, P7. '73 still trying to get around that 35 machine. Ethan Flanagan still can't quite get it done. Side by side they go, going into turn 1. 73 might be trying to give the bumper to the 35. He drove it in there pretty deep. These guys have been putting on a show back here. In the meantime, Francisco starting to kind of walk away from the 81 and the 23. The frustration starting to set in for Tim Harmon. He's been getting closer and closer to that back bumper, that 35. We might see a bumper run coming into effect here anytime, any lap now. He's really been closing that gap on the 35. He also has to be careful not getting to the wall here. He's going to tag the walls. I was worried about. 73 into the wall. 113 by. 9 by. 85 coming on by. .113 now side by side of the 35. Can't quite get past him there. That 35 is making his car really wide. Not sure if I agree with it here. He's blocking possible championship drivers. Now the 9 of Barkley going by the 113. Warman getting close to that bumper as well. Warman now looking down low on the 35. Gonna be side by side coming out of turn 4. Still can't quite get the pass complete. Side by side they go into turn 3. Warman gonna finally get that pass complete on the 35. Took him a ton of laps to do, but Ethan didn't give it up yet. He's gonna look to a low line of the 113. Just imagine this is a battle for the lead right here. This is just a battle for 4th. Ooh, something happened to the 35 there. What in the world? I looked away for a split second. What did I miss? Oh, he got loose. Running down low on the 113. Hit the apron. The car just breaks loose here in corner exit. Whoa! Chases it down the track, but he's still going. Now it's the 113 of Warman leading this pack of cars, followed by Barkley. No, Davis, then Barkley, then Harmon. meantime, Francisco still leading the race about 3/10 ahead of Davey. I've been watching that time slowly but surely. Davey's been taking time off from Francisco. As you see there, all green numbers for the 81 machine, Davey Hendricks, as he has been catching up to Francisco. Allen, Greg, Ethan, all those guys come to pit lane. No, correction, never mind. This Barkley. Barkley only came to pit lane. Now that Davey's in the draft for Francisco, should be interesting to see how long Francisco's able to hold off that hard charging 81 machine. Hungry for this championship. Couple ARCA seasons ago, he fell short. Late race incident between him and another driver cost him the championship. He's been out for redemption all season long. I think last season he came up like 10 points short of making the playoffs. And here he is tonight in the championship race, leading the championship 4. Come to 33 to go this time by. Davey's starting to look to the outside of that 24 machine. Can't quite get it done. Tim Harmon has entered pit lane. Francisco a little bit quicker that time by. Pretty sure at this point they are good till the end. Francisco getting a little looser, coming off of 4. Davey Hendricks gonna get a really good run. Gonna draft him all the way down the front stretch, going into turn 1. 31 laps to go here tonight to decide our season champion for the Midwest Days Thunder Xfinity Series. Francisco may be leading this race, but Davey is leading the championship 4. Francisco a little bit quicker that time by. Ooh, Francisco getting loose off of turn 4 there. Well, Davey to close up that gap going down the front stretch coming into turn 1. Meanwhile, Josh Gross has kind of kept it at a 3-second gap to these guys. Pretty impressive since he does not have any draft help, and he has a little bit of front end damage there. He's been kind of keeping in touch with the 81 and 24. We'll be shocked to see the 23 try to maybe short pit him by a lap or two, try to catch up that ground that he has lost here. Davey's now looking to the inside here, going into turn 1. Oh, can't quite get there. Francisco gonna have that run off. Honey, if I'm Davey or Josh, pit this time. Right here. Davey, he has an inside line now going down the back or front stretch, I mean. He's not gonna quite clear Francisco. He's gonna clear him here, rolling through center of the turn. Gonna put Davey Hendricks back up front, but Francisco gonna look for a little bit of run going down the hill, coming out of turn 2. With Ethan, Eric, Steven, Allen all in the pit lane. Still surprised we haven't seen some guys come in yet. 25 laps to go this time by. As Barkley make his way around the 23. I think Barkley's on fresh tires though. $25 to go. You gotta come in soon. You gotta get the fresh tires. You gotta try to short pit your competitors here tonight. I mean, unless some of these guys can make it off fuel, Francisco's coming in this time by. Hendricks and Gross is still choosing to stay out here. I mean, I don't know if I agree with it. We have seen this happen time and time again on tracks like this. It's absolutely tire wear is like horrible. Where you stay out too long and it costs you a win. And in a race like this where everything's on the line, I'm shocked these guys stay out so long when everyone else has came into pit lane. Because these guys are the only two that haven't pitted yet. So, I don't know. I'm confused. As Barkley getting back on the lead lap the hard way, making his way around the 81 of Davey Hendricks. Go ahead and ride along with Davey here. Let's see if he's saving fuel. Not necessarily trying to save fuel. About 23. No, neither of these guys are trying to save fuel. I'm sorry, but I'm just sitting here thinking, what the advantage would be staying out this long in a championship race. Because, I mean, at this point, if they're not good on fuel and they gotta come in, both Davey and Josh are gonna get cycled back to probably about 5th place or so. I mean, if anyone, it's Josh coming in this time. Oh, Davey's coming in as well. I don't know if pitting with Davey is the right call. I think Josh should have tried to short pit it. I think it cost Josh right there. I would have pitted when Francisco did, or a lap after Francisco. Davey's coming out of the pits, and this is interesting. This thing put Tim Harmon in the lead of the championship for 17 to go. I mean, Davey has time to catch Tim. Question is, does he have time to catch Francisco? Huh. 15 to go. Francisco, Barkley, Ethan lead the way with Davey now on the back bumper of Tim Harmon going into turn 3 here. He's going to be able to get by the 73 pretty easily. He's still 11 seconds behind with 14 to go. I don't know if he has time to catch up to that 24 machine. Yeah, the crew chief me is kicking in, just kind of scratching my head why Grosso's crew chief kept him out so late. Now Dave's looking to the inside of the 35 of Ethan Flanagan. Going to get by him pretty easily with fresher tires. With 12 to go here. Davey is on the hunt. 10-second gap to the 24 of Francisco. Grosso 5 seconds behind Davey. Yeah, I think Davey's gonna catch him in time, but I don't know. As word came in from crew chief of the 23, it was his choice to stay out that late. Let's go ahead and take a look at some last lap times comparison between Davey and Francisco. And there you see it. 3/10 or faster these last 5 laps. I don't know. I don't think Davey has time to catch him on this pace. He would have to catch him about 7/10 a lap at this pace with 10 to go. So I don't know. I don't think Davies can catch him in time, pending a caution. Barely hear what's going on. Is my... Oh, my mic's not fucked up. Huh. I don't know. You see there, these last 2 laps have been half a second quicker. That still is not going to be enough to catch Francisco. 6/10 quicker. It's going to be close. And you gotta be thinking, what is going through this 23's head right now? Stayed out a little too long. Had he had pitted when Francisco did, he was about a second behind Francisco when pit stop started. About 2 seconds, actually. I think Josh staying out as late as he did, pending a caution that could bite him in the butt here. If we come to the closing laps, Grosso working on the 35 of Flanagan. Go back to the battle for the lead, or what's going to be the battle for the lead. Davey 6/10 quicker that time by. I don't think he has enough time. Davey's going to run out of time to chase down Francisco, but he will lock in the championship. Here, come to 5 to go. I mean, of course, the you-know-what flag will change everything, and as Grosso makes his way around the 9 and the 5. Almost contact there between Barkley and Ethan. Caution's the last thing the 81 wants, but it's the one thing the 23 wants. 23 seeing that battle go on behind him, probably praying for a caution there. They're still going at it. Davey's still 6 seconds behind the 24. Ethan all the way up to the wall. Barkley all the way down to the line. Gonna be Grosso in 3rd. And Grosso's actually losing time to Davey as well. So Davey with 4 to go, still trying to hunt down that 24 machine. And it's going to be close. The last 2 laps, he was almost a second quicker than Francisco. And he's 4.5 back now. If he can get that draft with about a lap and a half to go, he could pull it off. .86 quicker that time by. Come to 2 to go. Davey is not going to have enough time to chase down Francisco unless he is magically 2 seconds faster this time by. All Davey wants to see is that 24 get the white flag here. Coming out of turn 4, Francisco will grab the white flag. So pending issues for this 81, he will be crowned your champion, and the 24 will win tonight's race. Davey Hendricks just got to take this lap as slow as could be. He has a 7-second gap to the 23 at Grosso. Francisco rounding 3 and 4 right now. Heartbreak for the 24, what could have been, but he will grab the checker flag here tonight at Homestead. Davey Hendricks will be crowned your champion, and Grosso will come up as 1 spot short, finishing in P3. What a race that was. Wow. Davey and Francisco are going to burn it down. Francisco winning the race. Davey winning the championship. What a cool sight that is to see. We can't get a better view of both these guys burning it down. I know they would have to be closer. Davey still burning it down. Congratulations, Davey. What a good season that was. Didn't have to win tonight's race. You just had to beat out the other 3 drivers, and that's what he did. Wait for some guys to join podium finishers. We're definitely going to talk to Davey last. Wrong channel, Davey. We'll talk to you last. Alright, so first and foremost, we're bringing a 3rd place finisher, Joshua Grosso. What is going on, Josh?
Feeling a little disappointed, but I mean, gotta take that.
Yeah, I was actually messaging your crew chief there, and me and Thomas, we kind of discussed strategy and stuff like that. And I was kind of shocked to not see you come in when Francisco did, because for the longest time when you and Davey stayed, I was like, okay, maybe they can make it on fuel. And then when you put it with Davey, I was like, I was just confused on that call, and I know you gotta be kicking yourself in the ass for that, because that probably cost you the championship right there.
Very well could have, but I think I was making too many mistakes. I don't think I was going to anyways.
Yeah, so one thing I gotta ask you, man, is what did you change after that first run? Because I remember going in your car and watching you drive that first run. You were on black ice coming out of 4 every lap. What did you change throughout the race to make it so your car is more stable at the end of a run?
I was just trying to get into the throttle way smoother, because I don't really know this track that well, so I had to learn that you have to, like, feather the throttle on exit. You can barely touch it.
Yeah,
you just have to, like,
my bad.
slowly.
Hey, you had a big improvement from the start of the race, dude. I remember You were sawing it left and right going through the corner, and I'm like, I'm no expert. It's not what you want to do, man. You had it, dude. I think you would have that short run speed had a caution came out, and unfortunately, go in your favor. But man, second place, championship, third place here at Homestead, a track you don't know. I don't think, anything could have been better except for winning the race.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. I'll let you give shout outs if you want to give shout outs right now.
My team, No Toad. Thomas for helping me out with crew chiefing. I think that's it.
Alright, man. Congratulations.
Yep, thanks.
We're going to go in a little bit different direction here. We're going to save Davey for last. We're going to pull in our race winner, Mr. Francisco Villarreal. What's going on, Francisco?
Hey, what's good, Isaac?
Hey, man. I know, just like Josh, you have to kind of kick yourself in the ass right now with what could have been, had you made last week's race at Phoenix. I think you had some personal stuff going on, so... I mean, of course, that stuff comes first. But, dude, come out here. You didn't have the strongest car. Pit strategy came in your favor. How worried were you about David catching up to you when he had pitted? Because he was chasing you down and quickly.
Well, I mean, that's been the story of the freaking season, where I have to pull off strategy to try and see if I could get ahead of him. But this time I figured, it's 30 laps. I'm usually strong for the first 15, 20, able to kind of maintain my pace. And then it's towards the end where I fall off. Once I pit, it was a matter of like, okay, when's Davey coming in? Because the longer he stays out, the bigger I can grow that lead. When I saw that he stayed out for like
12
a
laps,
majority, like he stayed out for a good while, and I had passed him. I had put like a 5-6 second lead. I'm like, okay, I can build off this. It's gonna be solid. And then I saw him running me down, and I knew he was just gonna run out of time. There at the end, I knew Rob Nickel was in my way, so I had to give him a little bit of a bump. If not, Davey probably would have caught me if I stayed behind him. So, but yeah, overall, it was just a matter of when Davey was going to come into pit, and that really determined whether that strategy was going to work for me or not.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the win here tonight. It sucks you kind of weren't able to be in the race for the championship, but you finished the season off strong because I heard, unfortunately, you will not be racing with us next season. You're going to go focus on your pro stuff.
Yeah, I shall not be racing next season, but I have fun this season.
All right, man. Congratulations on finishing the season off strong.
Appreciate it.
All right, next let's pull in our championship winner and our second place finisher, Mr. Davey Hendrick. What is going on, Davey?
Oh, I am thrilled.
I'm pretty sure you are, man. I know we had talked. I can't remember if we talked on broadcast or off broadcast. You were saying, hey, you're pessimistic. You always look at what could go wrong. Man, at what point were you like, okay, this is my championship? Because you had pitted with Josh. Josh had, I think, a slower pit stop than you. You came up 5 seconds ahead of him. At what point, you're like, all right, this is my championship to lose. Just watch what everyone else is doing.
I would say with that last caution, from then on out, I focused on what Grosso, Warman, and Tim were doing. Like if Grosso would have pit earlier, I would have pit earlier. But I ran it dry. He stayed out with me as long as we could. And then I wasn't totally sure about it until we got the white flag. Then I was like, okay, cool. Now nothing can go wrong, I hope.
I knew you were trying to chase Francisco down, but I knew as soon as you saw that white flag, you were probably like, thank God.
Oh, yeah. He pit like way before us. I don't know. Like, I didn't want to fall into the trap of racing him really hard and pitting with him and giving Grosso or one of the final four guys a tire advantage. So I was like, you know what? Go ahead, pit. I'm not going to fight you. I knew what I was racing for, and I was not going to get let down a second time.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was a late race restart that cost you championship last time you were fighting one for one. So you finally got yourself one, man. I know you hate the Cup cars, but you can see you next season. You go into the Cup, try to win championship there.
Nah, I like Xfinity. They're fun cars to drive. I hate the Gen 6. I think they're lame. I don't want to race Friday nights. There'd be a case to be made whenever Cup goes to next gen. I'm interested in driving those, but I have little to no interest to drive Gen 6. Those just aren't fun for me.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on that championship. I got to ask you, that podcast you run on your car, is that someone you know or just a paint scheme you had someone make for you?
No, I made it. They sponsor the team I'm on. They pay for all of our fees and a couple leagues I run in. They're a good group of guys. I love listening to their podcast every week and all that good stuff. No, they found us on Twitter because we run another league and we do fairly well in it, and they wanted to sponsor us. So we run their scheme every week.
Gotcha, man. Well, congratulations on that championship, and I'll let you give any shout outs. Make a shout out to them.
All my team guys. I appreciate Matt, Mike, Chase for chilling out with me, letting me know how the race was going. Tony for doing and Barkley for doing the same thing. Tony was a good crew chief tonight. Barkley was letting me know what he was seeing. All the people that that raced all season. I know we had a lot of people drop off as the season goes on, but I appreciate people showing up who who really were just racing to be here. So like Rob Nichols, even Francisco didn't have to be here. He wasn't racing for the championship. But I appreciate them showing up. High Banks podcast for being on the car, Reaper Speed Labs, everyone watching, all the admins that put it on, and you appreciate you doing the broadcast.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate that, and congratulations on that championship. And don't get too drunk tonight. You might have to work tomorrow.
I would never. Now I'm on summer break. I'm gonna stay up late and do whatever I want.
All right, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
All right, so that will definitely conclude this season's Xfinity series. It was definitely a fun one to not only racing but also broadcasting. We started off strong at Daytona. We finished strong here at Homestead. Can't wait to see what next schedule brings. Hopefully less road courses. But man, it's been a pleasure to race with these guys and broadcast for these guys. And definitely tune in Thursday night for our championship race there in ARCA, as those guys will battle it out for the crown. And then Friday night we'll have our Cup guys battle for the crown, and then we're going a nice little 4-week break and kind of relax and enjoy some family time before we go back racing here in Mdot.